What's up, y'all? And welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today we're going to be talking about, do you want to fight for your love or do you want to just love me? We're going to be talking about a series called Catch These Hands, where either if you lose the fight, then you have no choice but to love me. So first of all, the title. I remember back some months ago when this was announced and I saw the title and I was like, okay, you got my attention. And honestly, I kind of forgot about it because, like I said, that was, all these companies kind of do like various threads and announcements weekly, monthly, whatever, announcing new series. But a lot of times those series aren't coming out for months and months. And so I was out and about manga shopping, looking for some stuff for trying to help a friend collect some copies of Made in Abyss actually, and I happened to be skimming through the shelves, and then I saw the title "Catch These Hands," and it immediately recalled in my memory. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's that one I was said I'm gonna get," and I'm like, "I gotta get it," so I got it. And I read it, and it was a fun, wholesome time. So let's take a step back and let me tell y'all what this is about. So first of all, the author seems like they just go by Murata, no last name or nothing, or they just go by Murata, and it's published by Yen Press. So this volume just came out, I believe, this week. At least like at the time when I'm recording this week, and basically the story follows two adult women who used to be delinquents in high school, rival delinquents at that. And so let me see if I can remember. Let's see. Those watching the video or looking at the my thumbnail image on the podcast audio feed, the girl with kind of like the sports jacket, that's Takabe, and then the other or woman, the woman with the sports jacket is Takabe, and the other woman is Sora Mori. So Takabe, like I said, like they're well into adulthood, so it seems like they might be like mid to late 20s, maybe, because it seems like it's been a while. So I would say maybe late 20s. I'm thinking, uh, but basically a lot of her friends and people that she grew up with, or whatever, everybody's getting married, everybody has kids, or starting to have kids and all that stuff, whatever. So it's like, man, what is going on? Why is everybody getting married? What is going on? And so she kind of starts to self reflect on herself of being like, man, what am I doing in my life? I'm kind of bouncing from all these different part time jobs. I don't really have like a clear path for where I want to go in my life. And so she decides, like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna kind of change my image. I'm gonna go out, invest in some new clothes, cause she feels like a lot of her wardrobe is still giving that delinquent vibe, even though she's been out of high school for several years. But so she decides, like, you know what? Hey, I want to kind of make a change in my life. Which we've all kind of been there to where, like, okay, we look around like, man, I really do need to to make some changes, whatever. And so she, of course, is oblivious. She has no idea about fashion and stuff. So she just goes to a random department store and is browsing. She's holding up shirts and being like, is is this my size? What is this even the front? This the back? What is going on? And uh, so kind of find out, Sora Mori ends up coming up and working with her or helping her out. Like, hey, typical department store clerk, being like, "Hey, can I help you find anything?" Yada yada yada. And she's been like trying to be really helpful, but Takabe is kind of like, I'm good, I'm good, but still looking very puzzled. And eventually, kind of gave in, was like, okay, I'll accept some help. And then the whole time she's getting help, she ends up seeing Soromori's name tag, and because of her name, she's like, no, it can't be. And then she's like, but that name was so ridiculous, it has to be her. And so, but then she, like I said, she starts to remember, like, okay, she was my rival in high school, and why hasn't she said anything to confirm this? Or is she just, pretending to help me just to get some form of revenge on me? All this stuff, all these different thoughts are going through Takabe's head. And so, long story short, they end up finding out something, and then finding out or helping Soromori ends up helping her pick out a jacket. There's, this Fisher style, here you go. And then she hands her like a business card, and is like, hey, check the back when you get outside. And on the back of it, it says, challenge 10 p.m. today. I'll be waiting at the Horned Owl Park. Kirara Soromori. And she's like, I knew it. And so they meet up at the park. And basically, long story short, just kind of fast forward a bit. She basically ends up saying, like, yeah, of course I recognized you, but hey, I was at work. They don't know about my delinquent past at my job. You got to keep it professional. You got your your 9 to 5 attitude and off hours, off the clock. We out here thugging in the streets. But so basically she ends up, she looks so sweet and innocent. Like I said, wearing this little, she looks like an innocent school teacher. But you kind of basically find out a little bit more background about her, because long story short, she kind of presents a challenge to talk about being like, hey, let's settle our old beef once and for all. We fight, but if you lose, you have to date me. And Takabe's like, what kind of deal is that? What do I get out of this? If I win, what do I get? She's like, I'll leave you alone. Like, that's not a prize. Like, how is you leaving me alone is a prize? And so, anywho, one and done. Takabe tried to make a move. Soromori just reflex, just flipped her. Just judo flip. Like it was nothing. And just grabbed her, shoulder toss, and it was done. And so now they're dating. And so you get a little bit more flashback, and you see, let me see, I don't know if I have basically you see that in the past, Soromori went by Bloody Cardigan Soromori. But you find out that she only became a delinquent because people were picking on her because she comes from a very, very wealthy family. She grew up never wanting anything. She got everything she needed and wanted until when she got to high school. And let me say, she went to a rival school from Takabe. But when she got to high school, this group of girls came up picking on her or whatever. And just in self-defense, she beat all their butts. And that's because she took, what was it? What did she get? She basically was trained in martial arts when she was growing up. And so she just didn't realize that, those skills would come into play. And let me see. Yeah, she took martial arts, self-defense martial arts lessons as a young child for many years, and those instincts kicked in. And so basically she thought that would be enough, but of course you beat the tough people in school. words talking, everybody thinking, oh, you a thug now, or whatever. And so she continued to fight until she ended up in a situation to where she ended up encountering Takabe. And basically, Takabe had an attitude back in the day of like, hey, if you're not strong, I'm not going to respect you. I'm not even going to remember your name. And so she ended up, Takabe ended up helping her with something at one point in time. And then they met again later. And Takabe didn't remember who she was. She was like, I don't remember us meeting. And from that moment on, between the kindness that was shown and also wanting Takabe to remember her, she fought to be strong enough to get her attention. And she always wanted to confess her feelings to her back in the day, but she was so shy that she always chickened out at the last moment. And so now that they're adults, she's like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to confess my love. And that's kind of where the volume kind of just goes from there. It's just them and this kind of like trying to figure out this whole relationship thing, because Takabe really seemingly doesn't really like Soromori like this, but body language and actions kind of say otherwise. And then you have Soromori, who, like, on the exterior, she seems like super shy and unsure, but then like she has this like these crazy instincts, like there's moments where Takabe like might get too close to her in the face and she like punches her or whatever, and it's like, whoa, and she's like, sorry. It's just pure reflexes at this point. So it's just kind of just funny just seeing like the little back and forth between them. And like I said, just I just love just the premise of just like, hey, these two adult women who were delinquents back in their youth, kind of like reconnecting over the years and just trying to figure out both adulthood, figure each other out, figure themselves out. And overall, it was a fun read. Definitely one I probably will continue to keep on reading. Depending on the release schedule for the volume, I think volume 2 of this is coming out in June. So depending on when volume 3 is, I might wait a little while and maybe read 2 and 3 together. But I will for sure be following this one and keeping up with it. And it's kind of cool, just like a lot of like as they kind of come across like some of their other friends and old classmates and stuff from back in the day. Everybody's looking all adult like and got kids, got families and professional jobs and all that stuff, whatever. Then you find out, oh no, this is my friend. She used to be second in command of this biker gang back in high school or whatever, like stuff like that. It's just kind of funny just seeing like their current professional selves and then getting a look at like what they looked like as delinquents and stuff. So, but overall, like I said, it's just just a fun, wholesome read with a very catchy title. Because like I said, I feel like the title alone will probably get people to pick this up. But like I said, the premise on top of that is like sugar on top. So, but yeah, but overall, I enjoyed it. I'm going to be picking up the next volume in the future and continue to read this. But as always, thank you for listening or watching. You can follow me on all social media at Dad Needs to Talk. That's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to watch the video, or make sure you're following the podcast on if you just want the audio, on whatever podcast streaming service of your choice. That should be on everything. And also, if you enjoy the work that I do, then your boy also has a Patreon page, which is patreon.com/dadneedstotalk, to where if you want to toss some love my way, it'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, and with that, y'all be easy. Treat yourself to something nice. Read some manga. Watch some anime. Play some video games. And as always, live your best life. And with that, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be easy. Peace.